The Women Men Don't See by James Tiptree Jr. James Tiptree Jr. was really Alice Sheldon, a remarkable woman who wrote under a pseudonym. And in part, she did that because science fiction, even in the 1970s, was still considered to be a male dominated field. And even J.K. Rowling, when she published the first Harry Potter, used her initials because it wasn't felt that young boys would read a book if it was written by a woman, even if it had a male protagonist. So James Tiptree Jr. Wrote this amazing story. She wrote some other very powerful stories that deal with the differences between men and women, sort of creating a fictional worldview in which that cliche of men are from Mars and women are from Venus could be explored a little further. The interesting thing about this story is who is the narrator, what is the point of view, and how do you understand by the end of the story the woman's decision to make a really radical change in their lives. Jeff, what do you think of this story?
It's a very surprising story because it starts out and you don't know where it's going at all, and then it gets really weird. But it is like one of these movies where a bunch of people go out in the woods and meet some strange thing, which is probably trying to kill them. And so it's along those lines, but it's very different, this story, than most other stories that I've read. But of course, it does involve first contact again, that humans are meeting aliens, and in fact, some of them want to get friendly with the aliens, and so
well, not friendly in an intimate way, though.
So one thing to think about is how are they communicating? I mean, they're meeting in the dark in this swamp, and how is communication going on between the humans and the aliens? And another thing to think about, and this you probably haven't seen the movie Cocoon, but it's another great movie about humans who decide that they want to go and live on an alien planet with aliens, and that's even worse than emigrating to another country where people don't speak your language, they're a completely different culture. You're going to a completely different planet and where people aren't people. And so a good thing to think about in this is, how unhappy would you have to be with the Earth where you want to go off to a completely different planet?
So just remember the definitions of science fiction, and one of them that we discussed earlier this semester was science fiction is for people who want their certainties to be questioned. I think this story does a very good job of questioning the certainties about being a human being.
I like this story.